In Cleveland, football isn't just a sport. It's theater, tragedy, and obsession all at once. Every snap feels like an act, every interception a plot twist, and every touchdown a rare moment of hope in a city that's built on heartbreak. The cameras never stop rolling, the headlines never stop spinning, and the line between hero and villain shifts with every throw. In this city, legends are created overnight and destroyed just as quickly. The story isn't about trophies anymore. It's about two quarterbacks, one city, and a media machine that turned hope into chaos. Just a few days ago, the Cleveland Browns once again became the center of football's attention. Not for a win, not for a scandal, but for a leak. Leaked footage surfaced online showing Dillon Gabriel, the rookie once hailed as the team's golden boy, in a moment of frustration after another painful loss. It wasn't dramatic or explosive, no shouting, no tantrum, but it was real. A quiet, human moment of disappointment caught on camera. Within hours, that small clip spiraled into a viral firestorm. It was shared, dissected, and mocked. Analysts replayed every sigh, every twitch of his expression, spinning theories about his leadership, confidence, and mental toughness. A rookie under pressure became the latest storyline in Cleveland's never-ending saga of shattered expectations. For weeks, Dillon Gabriel had been shielded by the media. He was the safe pick, the respectful rookie, the one who said all the right things. The franchise presented him as the calm, composed quarterback who could finally stabilize to the position that had haunted the Browns for decades. He was supposed to be the savior who wouldn't break under the city's relentless pressure. But the moment that video surfaced, the veneer of protection vanished. The same reporters who once defended him now turned against him, some even pretending they had always doubted him. It was ruthless, surgical, and all too familiar. But the story didn't start with Dillon. It started with Sanders. Weeks before the Gabriel chaos, Sanders had been the city's favorite target for outrage. A simple speeding ticket, a minor, forgettable mistake, became a media storm. Headlines screamed judgment. Talk shows called him reckless and immature, and social media exploded with criticism. It didn't matter that other players had done worse with barely a headline to their name. It didn't matter that Sanders had spent his off days visiting schools, mentoring local kids, and quietly giving back to the community. None of that sold clicks. Scandal did. Cleveland's media had found its villain long before the season began. And when Dillon Gabriel arrived, they found their hero. The contrast between the two couldn't have been clearer or crueler. Sanders was painted as a distraction, while Gabriel was presented as the embodiment of stability. The storylines were ready before the season even kicked off. But football, like life, rarely follows a script. And soon, reality began to crack the illusion. When Dillon took the field, he showed flashes of promise. Smart reads, quick passes, a calm presence under pressure. For a city desperate for a hero, that was enough. But as the weeks passed, the cracks began to show. Safe plays replaced daring throws. Checkdowns replaced deep shots. Confidence turned into hesitation. And when the team started losing, the patience that once protected him vanished. The media machine doesn't pause, it pivots. The Golden Boy narrative started to crumble, replaced by doubt, criticism, and whispers of favoritism from the coaching staff. The moment that hot mic footage hit the internet, the transformation was complete. Overnight, Dillon went from the future of the franchise to the latest in a long line of disappointments. The same voices that had praised his composure now mocked his restraint. He's too quiet. He's not a leader. He's not built for Cleveland. It was the same recycled dialogue the city had used for every quarterback before him. The cycle had repeated again, perfectly scripted by the very people who swore they were just doing their jobs. Meanwhile, Sanders watched from the background. The same media that had torn him down was now starting to mention his name again, this time with a tone of respect he hadn't said much publicly. He didn't lash out or seek revenge. He just worked, focused, grounded. And that quiet consistency started to speak louder than any headline. Slowly, fans began to notice. They remembered the kid who stayed after practice, the one who never quit, even when the city turned its back on him. The redemption arc was writing itself, one snap at a time. Cleveland's deeper problem, though, wasn't about who was playing quarterback. It was about why the same story kept repeating. Leadership, process, patience. The franchise had none of it. Coach Kevin's obvious favoritism toward Gabriel only made things worse. Decisions felt political rather than strategic. The locker room started to divide. Players questioned leadership, fans questioned loyalty, and the media twisted every misstep into another headline. The Browns weren't just losing games, they were losing themselves. As Gabriel struggled, the scrutiny intensified. Every interception became a meme. Every sideline glance became a theory. Every sigh became evidence of failure. The pressure wasn't just on the field. It was everywhere. The internet had turned into an endless arena, where fans fought digital wars over loyalty and blame. Some defended Gabriel, calling for patience and understanding. Others demanded change, chanting Sanders' name like a battle cry. Comment sections filled with arguments, podcasts broke down body language, and YouTube channels analyzed every moment of controversy. In Cleveland, the football season had become less about the scoreboard and more about the spectacle. But here's the truth. The leaked footage wasn't scandalous. It was human. It showed a rookie, exhausted and overwhelmed, trying to find his footing in a system that devours hope. He wasn't angry at his teammates or defiant toward his coaches. He was just tired. But subtlety doesn't survive in the digital age. The internet doesn't reward empathy. It rewards outrage. So the clip spread, the interpretations multiplied, and Dillon Gabriel became the face of failure in Cleveland. The Browns' PR team scrambled to control the narrative, but the machine had already moved on to its next headline. What should have been a moment of learning became a public execution. The tragedy wasn't Dillon's alone. It belonged to Cleveland as a whole, because this city doesn't just lose games. It loses stories. Every year it crowns a savior, builds him up, and tears him down. Every year, the same cycle plays out. Hype, hope, heartbreak. The real enemy isn't the opposing team, it's the weight of expectation, the impatience of fans, and the relentless churn of a media ecosystem that feeds on pain. The Browns have been caught in this loop for decades. They don't rebuild, they recycle. New names, new faces, same mistakes. Dillon Gabriel didn't fail Cleveland. Cleveland failed him. The system chews through quarterbacks faster than it develops them, demanding instant results in a league that rewards patience. And when those results don't come, the cycle restarts. Another headline, another scapegoat, another promise that next season will be different. And yet, amid the chaos, something deeper lingers. Hope. It's irrational, it's painful, and it refuses to die.
Fireable offense if you're Kevin Stefanski and you wanted to draft Dillon Gabriel, and this is what he's putting out there on the field for you. Because it was very, very clear who liked Dillon Gabriel. It's come out in reports that Kevin Stefanski likes Dillon Gabriel. He processes his offense well. He expected the offense to take the next step with Dillon Gabriel in there. It's his guy. This offense has been putrid, absolutely putrid. Checkdowns, missing a ton of reads, underthrown balls. Every time he looks like he's trying to throw.
That's what makes Cleveland football beautiful and tragic all at once. The fans know the history, they know the heartbreak. And still, every Sunday, they show up. They scream, they argue, they believe. Because belief, no matter how bruised, is what keeps this city alive. As the season grinds on, one question continues to echo across Cleveland. How many quarterbacks will this city burn through before breaking the talent remains untapped? His potential buried under the weight of politics and perception. Dillon Gabriel's fleeting moment in the spotlight fades into the noise of memes and talk shows. And the Browns, those same Browns, stand once again at the edge of another rebuild, another story waiting to collapse. But for all its flaws, Cleveland remains defiant. Its fans wear heartbreak like armor. They don't give up, they reload. They debate, they dream, and they dare to believe that this time it might finally be different. Maybe this time the story won't end in chaos. Maybe this time the hero will survive the machine, because that's what Cleveland does. It hopes. Even when history keeps breaking its heart, it hopes. Even when the media twists truth into theater, it hopes. And even when its quarterbacks fall under the crushing weight of expectation, the city refuses to stop believing. Football here isn't just a sport. It's a mirror. It reflects the city's resilience, its pain, its defiance. The same grit that keeps its fans coming back every Sunday is the same grit that defines Cleveland itself. Maybe one day, the Browns will find their savior. Maybe one day, the machine will stop spinning long enough for the city to heal. But until then, Cleveland will keep watching, hoping, and hurting, caught between faith and frustration. Because in Cleveland, the story never really ends. It just resets. New season, new faces, same heartbreak.